Welcome to Reflections. I'm Reverend Shereen. We haven't done this in a while, but we're going to get back to it, although it'll be different now. We'll be doing once a week videos instead of daily videos. And during this video, we're going to do a card reading and then draw cards for the week. So I don't know if we'll end up publishing it as one video or two videos, but we will see. And I want to welcome Sid. This is my Imperfectly Perfect Sid, and I love him. He just really brings good energy into the studio. And these are Aspen Oracle cards that are just a bunch of cards that have words on them. And prior to this, I drew two, and we got growth and play. So Sid's going to hold those and just kind of hold space for the reading. And today's reading, we are going to use the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by Holland and Angel Therapy Oracle cards by Doreen. So let's just take a moment, and maybe the blessings of the Supreme Being, that whatever happens during this reading will benefit each of us in our spiritual growth, awareness, and understanding. Amen. So the word that has been chasing around in my mind today is trust. Trust, and less trust of your fellow man, or if you can trust people, although certainly I've been blessed recently by knowing quite a few professionals that are experts in their field that I implicitly trust. I can call them with questions and they will give me the best answer. It's not based on whether, it increases their service or allows me to do more business with them. They'll just do what's best for me, and in a way that is very honorable. So certainly that kind of trust falls into play. But the trust that has been bouncing around my mind is, when our brains don't trust the path that our spirit has put us on. And sometimes that comes from past times where we've had to go through some sort of trial, obstacle, suffering to clear out the energy, to clear the way to receive what's in our highest good. And sometimes there are things we have to clear out of the way. And just that realization, I think, on a subconscious level, that sometimes you have to go through things that are difficult, challenging, maybe painful even, to get to where you're trying to be, can keep us from wanting to do it. And that it puts an energy or a split of distrust between ourselves and ourself. And that can be a more challenging trust to overcome. And also our ability to let go of things and trust that God, the universe, whatever, has it and is on our side and is working it out to our best outcome without us having to do anything. There's often a picture and energy of we have to accomplish it or it's not real. We have to do it or it isn't effective or we don't deserve it. And I think all of that is just programming that comes from our society, our parents, religious backgrounds, and it's come through for hundreds of years. So it's not even something that we recognize as a choice. It's just kind of an expectation that is there. And sometimes that serves us, gets us going in the morning, keeps us motivated, but sometimes it keeps us from fully doing the things that are good for us from a spiritual standpoint, are good for us from a physical standpoint, take the next steps towards where we're trying to get to. So anyway, today I'm just going to draw one card from the Angel Therapy deck. It's kind of looks like kind of an overlying card, space holder. This card maybe. And then we're going to draw 3 cards from the Holland deck. And I'm just going to go with, this is going to be a energy, the situation, the energy of the week, or the energy of the challenge. I have been tuning into the energy of those watching and or those that will watch, and the planet a little bit. I've tried to keep it a little bit more narrow than the planet because there's a lot going on in various corners of the planet right now that it really can skew things for compared to what you're working on or going through. So situation, and then we'll look at a challenge card, and then we'll look at kind of an action step or a guidance kind of card. So situation. And then we're going to go with the challenge. And then the guidance for the action step. All right. So the overlying card is the God box. And there's at least one of you who came to see me at the fair that will recognize this card. And it really, the God box is where you give all the things that you have no control over, that you have no way of fixing, to God, trusting that God will work it out, which was the card the trust card. This is the ultimate trust card. It's also releasing the things that no longer serve you to hold on to. The exact words on the card say, write any worries, concerns, or wishes on a piece of paper and put it into a special container that you name the God box. It is a way of letting go and allowing God to help you, allowing the divine to help you. It's a way of asking for help and being very conscious about it. And being very conscious about saying, these are the things I feel like I can do, and I would love as much help with those as I can get. These are the things that I have no control over, that I can't do, that I really need God's help to set and hold the space for and bring the most benevolent outcome. So make sure that you are letting go and letting God and releasing the things that don't serve you, while keeping the part that is your tasks to do. So the situation, accelerated motion. I don't know anybody who is not experiencing this in one shape or form. We see it a lot in just the social arena of things that are going on right now, things that have been stagnant or in place in our society for decades, if not centuries, are suddenly getting a real big shakeup. And it's moving fast, and there's no delay in it. It just is happening. And the thing with that is that sometimes it feels like you can't get a breath. It feels like you can't take a moment to nourish yourself. So don't buy into that energy that says you don't have time to take care of you. You are your number one resource. You are your number one priority. Your physical body is your number one ally. So make sure you're taking time to nourish it, to exercise it, to feed it, to give it rest, to give yourself all of those things, nourishment, spiritual, mental, physical, the things that enliven you, the things that fill you up and support you. You've got to make that your number one priority, or you're never going to get through this accelerated motion period on a society level. And even with your own lives, you may see that things that have been going slowly or been kind of stagnant are suddenly going to take off. So you got to be ready. And that means you got to be physically prepared to catch that energy wave and to take the next actions. And like I said, I think many of you will recognize these things are right here, and you may find yourself already feeling like you're behind the momentum, like the wave is moving and you've got to work to get to it. And they're saying that that's a misperception. You're riding the wave. You're riding the wave, but just make sure that you're giving yourself all the things you need to stay there. So, and part of that is releasing things to God. The challenge, choose wisely. And again, I think this comes back to what they were just saying about priorities. You know, it is hard when you've got all these demands of the things that you need to take care of because things are moving quickly, and that it just feels like, you know, it's really easy to give all of your energy to the squeaky wheel or the thing that seems to pop up now, all the distraction energy, all those things. And really, it's up to you to choose where your energy goes, to choose what you care about, to choose what you're going to focus on, to choose what your priorities are. And the minute you do, you don't stop the motion, but you become in alignment with that momentum. So the challenge is taking the time to choose and saying no to certain things and letting them go. And maybe the way you do that is through the God box. This card is the overlying card for a reason. All the things, and if you feel overwhelmed with all the things, then it's time to really sort. These are the things I can do. I know I can get them done. I can take a handle on. The rest of these, I'm going to have to figure out how to let go of, whether that's delegating them, whether it's just saying, okay, I need help. I can't do all of these. You got to take care of X, Y, Z, and, ask for the help. And when you ask for the help, it's important also to let go of the picture of how that's going to happen. If you have a perfect expectation of how that's going to happen, you're going to get in your own way and in God's way more often than you're going to be in the flow. So choose wisely what you can do. Really be prepared to release the rest, including your expectation of how it's going to work out. So, and the guidance is new beginnings. Don't be afraid of the things that are showing up that may be completely different than what you thought of, or it may be that it is a fine-tuning of things. Maybe you've been doing a wide array of things and this is going to fine-tune you and push you into a specific direction. Don't be afraid of it. Don't put it off because you feel like you're so busy, like I can't take on a new thing. If a new thing is coming to you, it is time to look at it and work towards it. They're also saying that sometimes the new thing, there might be some things that are coming that aren't here yet, but your inspiration for them, the ideas for them, the things that you're going to do are there. So make sure you're putting them in the proper flow. They could be giving you the roadmap for the next thing you're going to do, and you're not there yet. You might be on finishing this current project, and they're just giving you all the information of where to go next. So allow it to come into flow, and that comes back to this challenge of putting things in the right perspective and putting them in the right order and putting them in the right priorities. Even if it is super duper exciting, you may need to finish some things that have happened that you're in the middle of now before you can jump into that. So, but they're saying definitely, be aware of the inspirations that are coming up, being aware of the opportunities that are coming up, and don't fight them. And if you're not sure that it's right, again, this says put in worries, concerns, or wishes. So if you got new inspiration, you can put in there and say, all right, God, put it in the right timing. Give me the right hints. Help me get into the flow with it. Help it come in the right timing. God, the guides, all of those, they are there to help you. They are behind you. They are in your corner. They're wanting the best for you. So, and I just got to see what this card is because it's still glowing. And specifically those of you who are wondering about this new beginning, especially if it's leading you into the arena of work, of energy healing, of even social work, the things that are here to help heal the planet. If you're being drawn to that, then recognize that is a true impulse. I saw something today that was like, what ignites your soul? What ignites your soul? And I was thinking about that. And if the first answer that comes into your mind is, I don't know, then you're not doing it yet. Whatever you're doing now is not that thing. And if you've got a little bit of a hint of it, then that means you know. You just need to make the changes that allow it to come into being. So, all right. So that is the reading for the week. I hope you enjoy it. I love to hear feedback. We're also going to be doing, I will be still drawing cards for the day and reading them, but it's going to come up in something that I write out and post in segments on Facebook and on my website as kind of more, and even a newsletter as more of a blog post rather than a video for each of those cards. So take care, be blessed, enjoy this reading. And I will also be recording the self-healing meditations, and the one that's coming up, well, this is the first quarter, so it will be coming up this week, and then one in a couple weeks on the third quarter of the moon. So I look forward to feedback, comments. I'm always open to work with you. I do remote readings, I do remote healings, I do in-person readings and in-person healings, and you can find all that on my website. So take care, be blessed. I look forward to working with you. And remember, you can be imperfect and still be the perfect version of you.